We're on the record in cause number 329342. The case is style of State of Texas versus Mark Dana Varlin. We have Mr. Varlin appearing via Zoom. Mr. Varlin, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Varlin, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Varlin, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Varlin?
Fine.
That's good. Mr. Varlin, the information in this case alleges that on or about March 2nd of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. Mr. Varlin, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Varlin, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I'm pleading guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty, Mr. Varlin, because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, I have before me a document that is titled, the misdemeanor plea admonishment is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, MDV, on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere. Now, Mr. Varlin, are you pleading nolo contest?
No, sir.
Yes, you are pleading no. Yes, it's no contest.
Okay, let me ask you, so Mr. Varlin, are you pleading no contest?
Yes.
Mr. Varlin, are you
Yes.
pleading? What did he say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, I have before me a document. Again, that is titled State's Exhibit Number 1, or it's titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. There are a set of initials, MDV on the line next to the box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Varlin, there's a signature at the top of this document above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is a trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there's a signature at the bottom of this document above the line titled Defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir, it is.
And at the top of this document, there's one box that is checked. This box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Varlin, did you sign a document out there that is titled the discovery certification?
Yes.
Okay, now prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, it did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your
Yes,
knowledge?
sir.
Okay. State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, we would. And we'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, which will be the probable cause affidavit.
Any objections?
None.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Varlin, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Mr. Varlin, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised in counsel you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for Mr. Boylan to serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll also be required to pay court costs of $327. Mr. Varlin, would you be able to pay the court costs of $327?
No, sir, I'm not employed right now.
Okay, hold
He's
on.
not employed.
Okay. Could you pull his affidavit up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's the cause number?
Cause number is 329-342.
329.
342. 329-342.
There's not one.
No, it's under magistrate's warning. That's where you find, it's under magistrate. Mark Varlin. This is Jonathan Richards. That's not Varlin. It says Jonathan Richards on here. His cause number is 329-342. No, 329-342.
That's. There's not a magistrate warning on here.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, Mr. Varlin, I just need to ask you a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, are you employed?
No, sir. Not right now.
Okay, Mr. Varlin, do you have, so you do not have any, do you have any form of income?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you
No.
receive any type of governmental benefits?
Just my food stamps, that's it.
Okay. SNAP, so you get SNAP.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, what about your, you have any assets? Do you own a home, own a car, or anything?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, and, you have any expenses? You have to pay rent,
No, sir.
no utility bills?
No, sir.
And you're basically, do you have to pay for like child support or child expenses?
No, sir.
And, your food expenses are basically, what you get on the SNAP?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't pay, do you pay transportation costs or anything?
No, sir.
On a cell phone?
No, sir.
You're not required, are you required to pay any probation fees? Are you required to pay any probation fees?
Yes, sir.
You on probation?
From Orange County, not here.
I can't hear you.
From Orange County.
Okay, how much are you required to pay a month on that?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. So the government, what you get is, you say SNAP, the SNAP or the food stamps. Okay. Now, Mr. Varlin, based on your, information that you provided to the court is gonna find that you're indigent. And pursuant to, let's see. Okay, pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, your court costs will be waived.
Okay.
Okay, so let me repeat this. So, Mr. Varlin, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail.
Yes, sir.
The court costs in this case of $327 will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, because the court is finding that, it's making a finding that you are indigent. Mr. Boylan, do you understand the state's offer
Yes, sir, I do.
and the adjustments that the court has made based on your indigency?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you accept the state's offer with those adjustments?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you think that is fair and just?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, Mr. Voiland, I will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state.
Okay.
Mr. Voiland, please follow the bailiff. This will conclude your case, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You can. Here you go. Here you go. This is the next.
One from a supervisor, I'm working on it.
Terrence Senegal.
Okay. That's Terrell, Senegal. Must be on the tablet.
Yes, ma'am. I am finishing up on right now, and I'm finished with the other one.
Are we ready on this case?
That one.
Okay, Mr. Senegal,
Yes, sir.
you may have a seat. Oh, is he?
He stated as best he can. Can you back up in it?
Yeah, I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him in the mirror. Okay. We're on the record in cause number 329552. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Terrell Ricardo Senegal. Mr.
Yes.
Senegal, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Senegal, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Senegal, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Senegal, the camera actually is to your right, facing your attorney. Yes, right where you just pointed. Okay, now, Mr. Senegal, how are you doing?
I'm okay for the most part, sir.
Okay, that's good. Now, Mr. Senegal, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about May 16 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Senegal, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Senegal, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you, okay, let me back up. Now, Mr. Senegal, I'm looking at your misdemeanor plea admonishments on page 2. They have a set of initials, TS. Are those your initials?
Yes, sir.
It's on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Now, are you pleading guilty or no contest?
I'm pleading guilty. I guess it's on the wrong line, I guess. I'm pleading guilty.
Okay, Mr. Senegal, let me do this here. Mr. Adams, I need to send this document back to you. I'm gonna get out of it. Yeah, I just sent it back to you.
Oh, okay, yeah. not taking charges, no. Okay, yeah.
So, Mr. Mr. Adams, I had sent that document back if y'all need to make the change.
No, not, it's ready to go.
Okay, let me get back in the document. Okay, Mr. Senegal, let me do this here. I'm gonna repeat what the information. Information alleges that on or about May 16th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence.
Mhm.
And Mr. Senegal, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, okay? No contest.
You pleaded no contest. Now you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Right. Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Senegal, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, which is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials on the set of initials are TS, and it's on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Mr. Senegal, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature at the top of this document above the line that says Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification, the Defendant's Right of Appeal, there's a signature at the bottom of this document above the line that says Defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there is one box checked. That box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The next box, the next document is the discovery certification. Mr. Senegal, did you sign a document out there titled the discovery certification?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Senegal, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, we would. In addition to that, we would also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Mr. Adams, do you have any objections? I think you're on mute, Mr. Adams.
Oh, no objections, I'm sorry.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised and counseled Mr. Senegal. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I know of.
Mr. Senegal, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Senegal, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State. Okay. There's none in that one either? Okay, State. Do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is that Mr. Senegal will spend 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail.
Okay.
Now, ask the question.
Okay, Mr. Hold on a minute, Mr. Senegal. Could you give me a affidavit of indicia? Okay, now, Mr. Senegal, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Mr. Senegal, you'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. You'll also be required to pay court costs of $327. Mr. Senegal, would you be able to pay the $327?
No, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Senegal, I need to ask you a few questions. Mr. Senegal, are you employed?
No, sir.
Do you get any type of governmental benefits?
No, sir. I have SSI pending.
Okay, now, so are you married, single, divorced, separated?
I'm married.
Okay, spouse have any income?
Me, she get disability.
Okay, she's a disabled, okay. Now, do you, so you do not get any other forms of income?
No, no SNAP, no nothing.
Okay. Now, Mr. Senegal, are you required to pay rent?
Am I required to pay rent? No, sir.
What is your rent a month if you required to pay rent?
I'm not required to pay rent.
Okay, no rent. What about you? And no utility bills either?
No, sir.
And do you have any childcare expenses?
No, sir.
Okay. You do not. What about your food expenses?
Well,
Per
my
month?
wife bought the food.
Okay. And what about, do you have to pay transportation costs?
No, my wife has a car.
Okay. And do you have any cell phone?
Do I have a cell phone? Yes,
Yes.
sir.
How much is that a month?
$50?
Okay. Are you required to pay any probation fees?
No, sir. I'm not on no kind of probation or nothing.
Any medical expenses?
But I got a gold card.
I can't hear you.
I have a gold card. So I'm from here. I'm from Houston, Texas. Gold card. So I use my gold card for all my medical stuff.
Okay, so you say you have a gold card.
Yes, sir.
Or is that that's a credit card?
No, it's like a medical card, like for the county clinics and the county hospitals.
Oh, okay.
In Harris County, though.
Okay, but I mean, is that some type of benefit that you get?
Yeah, for like, I guess, low income people or people with no income.
Right, right.
Yes, sir.
So you just have, okay, so you pay your medical expenses through a gold card, which is, okay. I'm gonna put that over here on Monday, okay, access, okay. Now, what about, do you have a credit card?
Do I have a what, sir?
Credit card,
No, sir.
a credit card?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Senegal, the court is gonna find that you are indigent. And the court costs of $327 will be waived. And that's pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Okay, so Mr. Senegal, I'll go back and repeat the judgment of the court. Mr. Senegal, state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. And the court costs of $327 will be waived because the court is finding that you're indigent. And so pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, that court cost will be waived. Now, Mr. Senegal, do you understand the state's offering the court's adjustments?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the offer and the court's adjustments?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the court's offer, the state's offer and adjustments is fair and just in your case?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, Mr. Senegal, this will conclude your case. Please follow the bailiff.
Can I ask a question?
If you,
Will those 90 days be 2 for 1 or straight 90 days?
the jail is over that. Just know that you'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law.
Okay.
You can just check with the jail staff. They may be able to answer that question.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you have a blessed day.
You too.
So we're waiting on the court costs on that?
Yes.
I'm ready for whoever you got next. I'm ready. The next person up, we can do Christy Jackson. She's been ready. Or huh?